Good morning. I'm talking about my build in Torchlight. It is a split fireball lethal flash build. I haven't min-maxed anything yet, just hit level 90. So I'm not 100% sure on what all I need min-max. I mean, I'm not sure like just shitty stuff I barely picked up off the ground in a 4-piece of my traveler set or whatever. And yeah, it's fairly fast. Like this, I've let this build start because I used Gemma to get split fireball. Like I leveled Gemma up until I unlocked the stash, like basically just the first area, and I put split fireball in the thing, and then I swapped over to Karina and played Karina from there. Centralized loading is okay. I prefer using Spiral Strike, but then I need to do. I'm thinking about swapping the Spiral Strike, but right now I'm using no, not two birds, one stone. A magic weapon, which gives 150% of my weapon damage to spells, which is huge. And the thing about Lethal Flash is all projectiles return, so the split. So the spell burst, that's a lot of different projectiles. So right now I have 18 projectiles. Yeah, I have 8 total things. So, looking at
Please select the calibration intensity for invincibility number 2.
Looking at the things, I went Goddess of Knowledge immediately to get Spell Burst, and then I did the Focus Blessing one, so that I could get Focus Blessing every time I spend mana. And damage, skill area. I'm thinking about removing this and putting this into the Max Energy Shield. Skill area and projectile speed adds damage, but that's not super useful. Spell burst, charge time, intelligence, spell damage, spell level, focus blessing, focus blessing. Then I went to Magister and just spell damage, life energy shield, skill area. I'm thinking about removing skill area, but nothing else to really put it in. Sealed mana, spell burst, additional spell burst charge, focus blessing stuff to get more critical strike and stuff on that, intelligence. And then I went the max focus blessing with additional spell damage for every focus blessing, and then the mind blade. For marksman, just standard projectile stuff, max life, projectile speed, which is kind of meh. I'm thinking about changing to attack and cast speed. And then projectile damage, projectile split quantity, max energy shield, max life, agility blessing, so I can get an agility blessing when I'm fighting elites. Additional projectiles, additional splits, and 50% of my projectile speed is added to additional damage. I was thinking actually about adding Euphoria instead, but evasion kind of sucks with spellcasters. For the statues, I just kind of threw whatever I had in there. I got a +1 maximum spell burst one. It's not very good, but I just picked it up for like 1 FE. And then everything else is just like things I picked up. Sealed mana, max life, projectile damage, and cooldown recovery speed. Cooldown recovery speed is what you really need for your movement skill. Nothing else really. Then for skills, split fireball, multiple projectiles. I was thinking about actually using greater multiple projectiles with it as well, like multiple projectiles and greater multiple projectiles, because all of his abilities shotgun. So that's a thing. I'm using fire penetration right now, but greater multiple projectiles might be better than fire penetration. Fire explosion's a lot of damage, wind projectiles is a lot of damage, and psychic burst is a lot of damage. Because I'm pretty much firing on spell burst because I have ammo. I've got compound source for now. I'm thinking about replacing this with blurry steps, at least for mapping. Centralized loading, magic dash is really nice because it gives additional charges. And this has more charges than base anyway, I think. Quick mobility for cooldown recovery. Psychic surge to give me more damage. So this gives me more damage on my next shot. This gives me more damage on my next shot. This doesn't help me at all. I'm thinking about removing this and putting it somewhere else. It'd probably be better here. Extended duration, Abyssal Hatred, and same thing like Mania, Overclock, Mass Effect. I don't really like aim that much. I only use it on bosses essentially because it gives you minus movement speed. And then Flame Imbue, Charged Flames, Swiftness because movement speed is nice because we don't have a spam movement skill, and Precise Projectiles. Yeah. So we just got to tier 7s. Our gear is kind of trash. So we go in here, it's going to tell us that we're not doing anything special. We have only 17,000 survival, where we're supposed to have 45,000 or 40,000 survival. Again, I just got to level 90, just got to tier 7. This gear is kind of crap, but always go.
Conflicts carry the weight of both honor and shame.
League mechanic, I forgot about it. I'm gonna run out of statue.
Luck strikes when you bring us gears, esteemed member. Make us lucky.
One additional thing, 2 additional. Yeah, it's like
I'll need some time.
Every time you use movement speed, just drop your attack.
Violence is not the answer to all. It is the answer to your sins.
Oh, was that the end? Okay. Oh, but every so often.
Enjoy this moment.
Like
the champion deserves the
just,
honor.
You know. Now we're slower because we don't have God of War.
Your reign of evil ends here.
Mapper. The damage, the single target damage is pretty good too. Essentially, by the time you have a spell burst out, you'll have full loading. So you can shoot every time you have a full spell burst. And that's still, I don't really have a planner for it or anything. I can't really restate it. Oh, and the only thing you need to look for is on your weapon. Just make sure it has +2 projectiles. Nothing else matters on the weapon. Well, eventually getting like adds fire damage to the gear is something you want because of the whole magic weapon. But +2 projectiles is the only thing you really want to look for on the weapon. +2 projectiles and high energy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.